Men may act confident around older women. They may flirt, date, or even fall in love. But beneath that surface, there are three things that many men secretly fear deeply. They won't admit it. They'll joke about it, but inside it's real. Today, we're pulling the curtain back. If you're an older woman, you deserve to know what men really think and why it actually puts you in a powerful position. Let's dive into the truth. Men won't say out loud, but absolutely feel the unspoken fear of powerful older women. Most people think men only fear rejection or commitment. But with older women, there's something different at play. See, age doesn't make women less attractive, it often makes them more powerful. Older women have experience. They've seen more, lived more, and usually don't tolerate games. And that right there is what quietly shakes a lot of men. According to a study published in the Journal of Adult Development, older women report higher levels of emotional intelligence and assertiveness in romantic relationships compared to their younger counterparts. That's great news for you, but intimidating for some men, especially those who are used to leading, impressing, or even manipulating. Because here's what happens when a man stands in front of a woman who knows herself, who isn't desperate for validation, and who doesn't hesitate to walk away from nonsense. He starts to feel vulnerable. And vulnerability for many men feels like danger. So, what exactly are they afraid of? Let's break down the three big fears. She can see through me. The fear of emotional exposure. This is the biggest one. Many men are conditioned to believe they need to be strong, composed, and in control all the time. They've learned that showing fear, doubt, or insecurity makes them less of a man. But older women, they've been around. They've seen emotional patterns. They can spot red flags from a mile away. That scares men, because when a man engages with a woman who's emotionally mature, he quickly realizes he can't fake it. He can't put on the mask. He can't play smooth and hide his flaws. She'll see it. And that realization brings up a deep fear. What if she sees the parts of me I'm trying to hide, even from myself? In a 2021 case study conducted by Dr. Laura Green on dating dynamics between women over 40 and men between 30 to 50, over 64% of male participants admitted that older women made them feel more emotionally exposed compared to younger women. One 42-year-old man in the study said, "With younger women, I can steer the conversation, set the pace, but with older women, I feel like they're already 10 steps ahead of me. They see through me. It's like they already know where this is going." That's not just perception, it's reality. Older women often develop strong emotional radar. They pick up on tone, body language, hesitation. They read the space between words. So when a man says something that doesn't align with his actions, she notices, and that forces men into an uncomfortable position. Honesty, which ironically is what leads to better relationships. But many men fear being that exposed. She doesn't need me. The fear of irrelevance. Let's be brutally honest. A lot of men were raised to believe that a woman's value depends on how much she needs a man. He wants to be the hero, the provider, the fixer. But older women often already have their own careers, finances, support systems, and life philosophies. She doesn't need someone to complete her. She wants a partner, not a savior. And that for some men is unsettling, because if a man's sense of worth is tied to being needed, then a woman who's already whole threatens that foundation. A survey published by eHarmony in 2022 found that over 70% of single men, aged 35 to 55, admitted they were more attracted to younger women because they felt more needed and relied on. That's not about love. That's about control. It's the difference between influence and relevance. Men want to feel like they matter. But if a woman doesn't need him to solve her problems, take care of her financially, or guide her emotionally, he might wonder, what's my role here? That's the fear. What if I'm not needed? And worse, what if she realizes she's better off without me? It's not that older women don't want partnership. They absolutely do. But they want one based on mutual respect, shared values, and equality, not dependence. And that forces a man to show up not with charm or money, but with depth, consistency, and character. And many aren't ready for that. She's not afraid to leave. The fear of losing control. This one cuts deep. Younger women are often still figuring out who they are. They might tolerate more, forgive more, or stay longer in uncomfortable situations. But older women, they've walked away from toxic relationships. They've rebuilt their lives. They know they'll survive without you. That reality terrifies a man who's used to having the upper hand, because if he messes up, disrespects her, ghosts her, plays games she won't beg or chase, she'll walk. A 2020 study published in Psychology Today found that women over 40 were twice as likely to end relationships where they felt emotionally unfulfilled compared to women under 30. One therapist who participated in the study commented, "Older women tend to have a much clearer deal-breaker list. They know what they won't tolerate and they follow through. That scares men who are used to soft boundaries. When a man realizes he can't manipulate, gaslight, or breadcrumb a woman without consequences, it forces him to change or run. And many run because power dynamics shift. The fear is simple. She doesn't need me and she won't tolerate me if I mess up. I have no leverage. And that is a kind of relationship many men have never experienced before. But here's the twist. Why these fears make you a threat and a treasure. So what happens when a man fears these things? He might pull away. He might try to assert dominance, or he might step up if he's secure enough. But here's the truth. These fears are not about you, they're about him. They reflect his inner battle with self-worth, maturity, and emotional capacity. You're not intimidating. You're just not easy to manipulate. You're not hard to love. You just don't accept weak love. You're not too much. You're just all full enough on your own. And for men who haven't grown into their full emotional maturity, that's terrifying. But for men who have, for men who are ready, you are the most refreshing, grounding, and energizing kind of partner, because with you there's no performance, just presence. But yes, until a man evolves emotionally, he may try to avoid the kind of woman who sees through him, doesn't need him, and won't chase him. That doesn't mean you should change how to stay grounded in your power without compromise. If you're an older woman and you've seen men pull away, act confused, or send mixed signals, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's often a reflection of their fears. Here's what to do. Don't downplay your standards to make him comfortable. If he's intimidated by your independence or clarity, he's not your person. Real men are drawn to strength, not threatened by it. Keep honoring your experience. Your ability to see through nonsense is a gift. Trust it. Don't second-guess your instincts just because someone gets uncomfortable. Emotional wisdom is not too much. It's your edge. Let men reveal themselves. Don't coach them. If a man fears being emotionally exposed, he might try to hide. Let him. You're not here to fix him. You're here to meet someone who's already doing the work. Own your story without apology. You've lived, you've loved, you've lost, and you've grown. That's not baggage, that's depth. Men who fear depth aren't ready for the kind of love you offer. But the ones who are, they'll recognize your strength as beauty. Men secretly fear these three things about older women: that you can see through them, that you don't need them, and that you won't tolerate them. But those fears, they're also your filters. They separate the boys from the men, the insecure from the self-aware, and the manipulators from the mature. So instead of changing yourself to soothe those fears, use them to attract the right kind of partner, the one who sees your strength not as a threat, but as a sign of real love. Because at the end of the day, the right man won't fear your power. He'll respect it, support it, and rise to meet it. If you've ever felt like men pull away when they see your strength, tell us your story in the comments. You're not alone, and your voice matters. Don't forget to subscribe for more real talk on love, power, and connection, especially for women who know who they are. Because this isn't about playing small, it's about showing up fully and letting the right people rise to meet you. Stay strong, stay smart, and never dim your light to make someone else feel comfortable.